Hello and welcome back to round 9 of the UK National Championships 2017. I'm here with Matt Bell.
Hey Luke, how you doing?
We're in round 9.
Yeah, we're
almost there. Yeah.
Just 2 more rounds of Swiss, including this round, and then we're going to the top cut to see who's going to be competing for the most points this year for the World Championships. This round we're going to be featuring a Paleozoic deck that's still in contention versus a Zodiac deck. This is a pure Zodiac playing the large number of hand traps we've seen before. So Paleozoic is something that you've seen quite a lot of in the YCSs, Luke. What are your thoughts on this particular matchup?
Yeah, I think Paleozoic is really, really strong. It's kind of a, I wouldn't say it's like a super meta deck right now. It was just a few weeks ago, even, you know, before Maximum Crisis came out.
Yeah, and what do you think it was Masterpiece and the True Dracos that pushed this out of contention?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as soon as Masterpiece comes down with spell and trap immunity against Paleozoics, there's not much you can do with that.
Yeah, it does look like he'd be in a pretty rough spot. It'll be interesting.
The Kaijus obviously is the way out, but
yeah, we can see there's quite a heavy siding of Kaijus back here for Dale's deck. Oh, by the way, the players we're featuring is Dale Hawkes versus Callum Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, the last time we saw Dale, he was playing Herald. He was actually playing the Herald. Perfect Herald, yeah.
Right. Okay.
At YCS Liverpool, and yeah, he made the top cut. I think he made the top cut. Yeah, I think he made the top cut.
Well, that'd be pretty cool to see if he takes it all the way this weekend with his Paleozoic deck, the anti-meta. That feels weird and filthy saying that, not gonna lie. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few really good cards in Paleozoics that I like. Lost Wind is really, really awesome.
Yeah, well, while our players are setting up, let's really take a look at this. So we're looking at Dell's, the Paleozoic deck, is playing that grass looks greener. Of course, if he resolves that, he suddenly puts himself in the most ridiculous of situations. But do you feel like the Paleozoic deck can function well without resolving that grass looks greener?
Yeah, I think so. It's not quite as strong, but they still have some really good combos. Being able to just like go and search with. I always get the two mixed up, Anomalocaris and Opabina, but I think it's Opabina who goes and searches. So, yeah, it's still, you can do a lot of searching and searching for your traps in that way. But yeah, being able to resolve that grass looks greener really kind of just sets up your graveyard. Obviously, you've also got Card of Demise, so getting through your deck isn't necessarily too much of a problem.
Ah, my old friend, Card of Demise. It's good to see you again. From the Zodiac perspective, what's actually really interesting, because they're playing so many hand traps for what's considered more mainstream, do you feel like these are going to put him at a disadvantage versus the Paleozoic match?
Absolutely. He's playing 3 Retaliating Seas in the main deck.
It does nothing here, right?
Does absolutely
There's not even a spell card in here that triggers it.
No, they are completely useless, in fact. Other than, I think you can still normal summon and set Retaliating Sea, so you could just set it and go search for Max C, but that's not necessarily optimal. But yeah, he's playing a full 11 hand traps, quite a lot.
So you reckon we're going to see the 6-card hand trap opening again that we saw last game?
Let's hope not.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah, Flying Sea is pretty good as well.
Ah, yeah, of course. Stick your opponent with it and they can't summon. They're totally awesome. Which this is kind of a card that's been forgotten now, hasn't it? Considering how powerful and defining it was just before
made a big impact.
Maximum Crisis, and now all of a sudden it's nowhere to be seen.
But yeah, there's all of the great trap cards in here. So Torrential, Compulsory, playing multiple types of Mirror Forces. Sticking with the original Mirror Force instead of going with Quaking and Drowning. I'm
seeing a lot of people doing that. Just good old Reliable instead of going considering Blazing, because they don't want to trade the life points. Yeah, or Storming, giving your opponent's cards back.
Blazing is one of the worst Mirror Force cards.
Yeah,
I think so.
You reckon? Just like surprise, take some damage.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Well, you take the damage first is the problem, because there's no way you can actually force a draw with it if you're in a losing position. It's one of the old problems with Ring of Destruction. If you played way back when with the Snappers. Actually, super interesting with Callum, which may cause him some serious problems, as he's not playing Denko Saka.
Yes, well, I don't think that's normal nowadays.
Yeah, well, I've seen a few people that have included stuff, but just in case Paleozoics make a comeback. We've seen Jinzo and Psychic Shockwave earlier. We've seen Denko Saka as being put in a lot of decks, but Callum...
Twin Twisters and a Cosmic Cyclone. Is he main decking other Cosmic Cyclones? No, so he just has 4 cards back hit.
That'll be super interesting to see if he actually if it's enough to get him there.
Yeah.
The side deck is grossly unprepared for this.
Yeah.
Right, I've been told that we are now ready with the players at the table to start the round. Sorry for the small delay there. We're going to move over to the table and we'll hopefully cast a really good game.
See what happens, yeah.
We have Callum on the left and Dale on the right.
Yeah. I always love having Callum on the live stream. We don't get to see him very often, but the reason I love Callum on the live stream is because he's really good at Yu-Gi-Oh, but he's probably the best player I know at playing tournaments.
Really?
Okay. So like he's not, you know, he always shows up with food in his bag to be able to eat during the tournament. He always shows up with enough water to drink throughout the tournament. He's always got all these little snacks and things like that for between rounds. He's always got all the stuff you need to play a tournament.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that sort of shows up and goes, "Oh, buy something from the cafeteria," and then wonder why it's like why I crash at like round 3 or something.
Yeah, exactly. Callum's the kind of guy who shows up with a huge backpack as if that's like, you know, he's going on some kind of trek throughout the world, and no, he's just got a bunch of food and stuff in his bag.
Yeah, and we see starting with the normal summon Rapier, and he's going to be running his combo. I don't believe... Do we get the opening hand first? We can see if Dale's got any kind of response to this.
Let's take a look. Yeah. Sorry, we seem to have a baby in the room next door to us.
Yeah.
Who is
Bless him.
not too happy.
Yes, so Callum's starting with My Body's a Shield, Zodiac Rappeteer, Speedroid Tactomborg, Fire Formation Tenki, and Dark Pole. Notably, he hasn't used Far Formation Tenki as of yet because he had the normal summon for Rappeteer to start the combos. And Dale, in his opening hand, no hand traps. He's got Lost Wind, Reckless Greed, Paleozoic Dynamiscus, Pot of Desires, and Dupe Frog.
That's a great hand. I think even going second playing a trap deck is totally fine to have that kind of hand.
Yeah, it's got it's got removal. It's got some acceleration in there to get more cards, and he's got some hindrance with Lost Wind. And Dupe Frog's pretty big on the defensive side.
Yes, and if Callum doesn't know what he's getting himself in for here, then it's going to be a bit of a shock when his opponent sets like 3 back rows and a monster. He's suddenly going to realise.
He's going to know exactly what he's in for. He's hoping with all these random draws that he's going to hit Joyous
Ash Blossom,
Joyous Spring, because he knows his opponent's playing 60 cards, so that 100% tells him that it's a grass looks greener style deck. And
well, I think he already knows because he got 60 cards.
Yeah, that's exactly. So as soon as he sat down, he knew what he was up against. So right now he wants to dig for that.
Yeah. So I think that the baby just wanted to see Dagosto Emerald, and it's out now, so the baby's happy. Emerald's just very shiny.
It wasn't that we were featuring another Zodiac deck, right?
No.
Okay. I just want to be sure.
No.
Because I want to know, are we the bad guys here?
No, it's fine. Okay, let's see what happened with Dale here. So he's got his 6th card.
Yeah, let's...
Desires.
Pot Desires. Let's shrink that deck. Super interesting when you can get away with playing Desires in decks, how great it can be. I mean, there's always the risk that your opponent...
yeah.
Like,
I always like seeing
blossoms you.
I always like seeing that as soon as it's kind of how important are those 10 cards to you, and Dale immediately looked at them before he even looked at the cards he drew.
Yeah, I think that's actually interesting. I mean, yeah, you need to know that information, but
yeah.
The immediate reaction is to feel like just understanding immediately what you can do and then figure out what you can't do.
Yeah, I think it's better to look at them first, because then you...
Yeah, but I'm going to have to review them as soon as I review my hand anyway. Because I look and go, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Wait, was there stuff over there? And I'll just recheck it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It depends how easily you can remember 10 cards worth of information.
I like the burn there. You just slipped in. Just
what?
Ever so casually, like, oh, you could just remember the 10 cards, Matt. You know, and stop being such a scrub. Yeah, cheers, that, Luke.
I didn't mean it like that.
I see where we are. I thought we were friends.
I didn't mean it like that. Oh, okay. Well, fine.
That face down Dupe Frog actually pretty interesting. It can't be targeted by Trident. and until it flips up, and then even if you do destroy it, Duke Prog replaces itself with
Swap frog.
Swap Frog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we're going to see Lost Wind.
Yeah, so played Morella for Lost Wind.
So as soon as Callum special summons, he's going to just set that Lost Wind again and have an answer. That's strong. Oh, Totem Bird. Okay. That's actually pretty good.
That's the first time we've seen someone playing Totem Bird.
Even in their extra deck, it's actually, I'm quite surprised we've seen less and less Totem Bird. Well, I guess one of the main reasons for that is people have just massively withdrawn the number of trap cards they're playing.
Yeah.
But that's leaving them super vulnerable. Well, I suppose the Earth True King.
Yeah.
Will, if you see the Totem Bird in there, you're going to strip the extra deck of Northern Totem Bird and MX Saber.
Lithosygym.
Lithosygym. One more time.
Lithosygym.
Lithosygym. I don't know why I can't get that one out. It's
really
like a tongue twister to me.
Callum's got 3 board wipes in his hand. Like that's just not useful right now. He's got double Dark Hole Regeki in his hand.
The Dryden's attacking. Is that a Whiptail, or he's presenting a Whiptail to his opponent? I may have missed what was switched from. He's most likely going to Whiptail. Deal the totally awesome. Yep, it's Ram 400 attack.
Yeah, so it's 400 by 2000.
And Ram grants another effect to the Exceed monster. Just trying to remember off the top of my head what it is.
I thought it was the 2000 defense bonus.
Yeah, you get 2000 defense, but you also get I think it's an anti-targeting effect. Or am I thinking of the other one?
There's so many different ones.
When your opponent activates a trap core effect that targets this card. That's actually pretty good in this match.
That's pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah, there's Whiptail.
I'm really surprised that more people aren't playing cards like Exceed Universe and Exceed Encore in this format. Like Encore is insane.
Yeah, that's fair. I have heard of people playing Exceed Universe, and someone summoned a Red Dragon Black Metal. I'm trying to remember the card name now. The rank 7 Red Eyes card. That
Red Eyes Metal Flare Dragon.
Metal Flare Dragon, that's the one. And his opponent was just like, yeah, I wasn't prepared for that.
So he actually, so the Ram effect was very relevant. He actually used it to prevent Lost Wind from negating it.
And now
Dynamistress.
Dynamistress.
Likely to be changed by Morella.
He's going to go for the Totem Bird.
Yeah.
That's a tricky position for Dell to be in, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, Callum got to go first and make a board, so...
Yeah, also a board that is pretty resilient to what Dale is doing.
So Totem negates, the
Yeah.
attack continues.
Gets banished.
He's banished, he takes 400.
And then we're going to see more attacks coming in.
Yeah.
I know Dell has a Reckless Greed face down. He could theoretically try and force Dryden to prevent him from building a chain to get trap cards out of the graveyard.
Yeah. I don't know what the 6th card was that he drew, but not gonna lie, if that was Mirror Force, that would be amazing.
After the Totem Bird is... Well, he did burn the Totem Bird on purpose, knowing it would be negated, so there's every chance that he's drawing some kind of disruption.
Okay, no, definitely not Mirror Force.
1600 damage coming in. Pretty successful turn for Callum. Holding Regeki and Dark Hole in his hand, just in case.
Actually, yeah, he's got my body, so Mirror Force wouldn't do much good.
This is rough for Dale.
Yeah. Yeah, the second activation of Emerald is just... I'm surprised Callum keeps looking at his hand. The double Dark Hole Regeki has not changed.
Yeah, he's in main phase 2 now, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's been weird to track because I think Dale drew and then passed immediately, but that may not be.
It seems like because okay.
we're soon going to find out.
Oh, double Dark Hole Regeki.
Yeah.
And Terratop, just for good measure.
Yeah, wow. I'm going to set one of those.
Set my spare Dark Hole.
Yeah, why not? One of those things just like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's very little for him to get punished for it. I mean, committing it to the field in a format where there's no real hand control is
second, isn't
just
it?
a liability, but
Yeah.
he just very unlikely for him to get punished for it, so I'm just assuming he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I've seen Pot Desires number 2. I'm definitely giving Dell some cards to fight back with. We know he had the Reckless Greed on turn 1, so he could potentially...
Yeah, I think the last card is Reckless Greed.
He may have drawn additional copies, which would be a sign that he's not going to flip it up this turn.
But if he drew any more now, he would Reckless now. Because then he's going to set Reckless and play it. And overlap them.
That's true.
Yeah, he definitely didn't draw Reckless now. Oh, okay.
Randomised, but he still has a card in hand.
Yeah, so he's going to draw 2.
That's interesting. What do you think that card in his hand would be? Probably...
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be his Max C. Oh, it could be Blackjack. He's playing 3 copies of Absolute Blackjack, so he doesn't really care if he discards that.
Yeah, that's true.
Not flipping that Reckless Greed tells me that he has the materials to deal with this field.
My body. Okay, that's fine.
Because if he was really desperate and he knew he was going to lose, he'd flip the Reckless now and just take the additional cards to see if there's some more removal in there or something to help answer this field. Oh no. Okay, so...
That's pretty scary. That's a lot of cards. I mean, you'd like to think that he's not going to lose this turn due to the sheer number of Paleozoics he can summon.
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult for Callum to build chain links in between. I mean, he does still have Regeki to clean up a large field.
Yeah, Grass's Greener is basically useless now.
Yeah, he's already played Pot of Desires twice, so he's stripped 20 cards from his deck, bringing it down to 40, plus all the additional cards that he's drew. He's probably actually pretty in line with just a few cards over Callum.
Yeah. Well, because of the desires as well, you would think that, yeah, he's going to be pretty much in line with him at this point.
Yeah, he might like send 3 cards or something at this point. Oh, reads the Mirror Force. He's holding his graveyard, so he's definitely going to use a trap card here. He's trying to see which one he wants to bring back.
You can use Dryden to interrupt the train. Whether you'd like to do that or not, I don't know. Hard to say, really.
Oh, no, okay. It's the Cardinia, the Book of Moon, right? Is that Cardinia?
Canadia. Yeah.
Canadia, sorry. Cardinia. What am I thinking? Canadia. And he gets away with the activation to get his monster back.
Summon back Dynamistress.
Replay, attack.
Yeah, for those guys who are asking, yeah, we're in an airport hangar that has a Concorde in it, and it's right next to the airport, the Manchester airport. It's been very cool. A lot of our players have been able to go around the Concorde. They're doing free tours around the Concorde by a couple of professional tour guides. They know lots of stuff about it.
Now we're going to see Fiend Griefing being activated.
Yeah, that was another card which just absolutely made this deck.
Absolute King Blackjack, one of my personal favourite cards in the game.
Yeah, so Blackjack effect.
Is that my deck or your deck? Oh, I don't know. Your deck's not as large as mine. Are you 100% sure you give me my deck? Judge? I am almost certain that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's so am I. He's just given the deck to the judge.
Guys, can you check? Is that my deck?
He's just showing the bottom card.
Oh, dude, you can see he's laughing. He's like, Judge, is that my deck?
Looks at the top 3 cards. Tenki, My Body,
Oh,
Rapier. I can't send these to the graveyard.
There appears to be a slight problem here. It can happen.
Callum cheered a little then when he was able to finally get an attack in. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, even just the fact that Dale was able to rearrange those top 3 cards is going to make a real big difference, because he's got Reckless as well, which means he can draw all 3 of them, in fact. So he knows that he can put one of them in the grave with Blackjack.
Yeah, and so yeah, setting up that surprise trap card with Blackjack is very, very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to happen every now and again where both players have the same coloured sleeves. There's not enough colours in the world. Well, there probably is enough colours in the world for all of the players to have different colours, but it would be, yeah.
Nah, it just happens. If you think a colour's cool, there's a chance somebody else thinks it's cool. MX Saber Invoker.
Yeah.
It's looking like an episode of Zexal right now with a whole field of Xyz monsters.
Yeah, for those who are confused about the fact that he was able to flip the Emerald back up, that is fine. He declared an attack with Totem Bird, and then Canadia targeted the Daigusto Emerald. And it seems a bit odd not to target the attacking monster with Canadia, but that is what happened.
Oh, Torrential Tribute.
That's rough.
Swish.
And that face down card's a Dark Hole, so Callum's certainly got nothing face down, unless he's got a My Body in hand, which
I remember when we were allowed to play 3 Torrential Tributes and we chose not to.
Yeah.
Like, again, I say it's before we knew any better, but that is rough. Okay, yeah, he's going to try and use the Dryden to prevent more cards getting more trap cards being brought back from the graveyard.
Yeah. Well, it would be irrelevant anyway, because the card would get blown up by...
I'll Torrential Tribute.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, in fact, Callum may have just helped Dale.
It made no difference whatsoever. I mean,
if the card summoned back, then it would be banished.
Oh yeah, he could have gave his opponent the opportunity to make a mistake.
Yes.
Oh, it's Pot of Desires number 3.
Callum's just shaking his head. That is pretty bad.
Yeah, he's down to his last 10 cards.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't react quite as much as we should have to this.
Are you serious? He drew 3 Pot of Greeds? That's totally unfair, man.
That torrential was pretty brutal.
It cleaned up pretty good. It still does that.
Yeah, the card hasn't changed.
Oh yeah, he's also got the card. He also had the card of the Demise as well. The draw power is insane for Dale right here.
Yeah. So Dale's currently neg 27 from the Pot of Desires.
Oh, don't start that again. I think we just got the community over that.
That was a funny joke someone put in chat.
He's got the Quicken Mirror Force as well that we did see that he set. Callum frustratingly shoving that Terratop at Dale, and Dale's just like, yeah, put it face down, please, and I'll have a trap card, please.
Yeah. Wow, this is showing, I guess, why Dale is still in it here. That's all I know it is.
It's, even with Zodiac going through its huge card economy, I mean, when you throw that much of it straight under a Torrential Tribute, that's a huge hit. I mean, most of the resources in Callum's deck at this point, he's already gone through one of his Daigusto Emeralds as well, so it's going to take him quite a while to... It's not going to be quite as easy for him to just reset up that kind of field. It depends on, I suppose, what he still has left in his extra deck.
Yeah, there's not a lot that Callum can do here to make a huge comeback, in all honesty.
No, he's just playing the Dark Hole immediately. Yeah, as the cards get thinner, as the card can't get smaller and smaller, Dell's looming Totally Awesome will be a big deal. You know, Callum could always go for the deck out. I think Dale's actually getting there. It's
a legitimate concern, I think, of Dale right now, because your monsters aren't the biggest.
Yeah, well, you know, he flips off his reckless greeds. You know, that's he could feasibly.
I just wouldn't.
That guy.
I just wouldn't play. Yeah, wouldn't play reckless at this point. That's like
He's filled up his back row, so
Okay,
I mean,
he
he's
is.
technically he draws 2 now and he skips 2 draw phases, so it's not like he's losing
it's
any
a fair
additional
point,
turns.
Yeah.
Unless he starts like overlapping them, but okay, you're not having cards.
Okay. Fair enough. This is a this is a pretty long game. Yeah, this is just really weird. What a weird game.
Oh,
I think Dale's on. It's another Terratop. Yeah, I think this is the thing. I think this is exactly what was happening with the Paleozoic cards in the last meta that it was relevant to. Only one meta back. There was what was the other deck? I'm trying to think now.
Metal Foes.
Yeah, Metal Foes would throw all of its resources at Paleozoics, and they would just barely defend. But then Metal Foes just kind of go, I'm all out, and then Paleozoics would be like, aha, okay, my 1200 attack monsters suddenly become really strong when you've not got anything to do.
Yeah, bring back a bunch of trap cards, and then we saw Joshua Smith pulling an OTK out of thin air with Cat Shark.
Yeah.
Making the OTK potential surprising for that. Well, taking those game shots quite surprising for that deck.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, yeah, it's not like I hate to say it, but it's not like Callum's games 2 and 3 are going to be any more pleasant. He's not got a whole lot in his side deck for him. He's got the Twin Twisters, but you know, there's only one Cosmic Cyclone.
Dale's ready for it. He's got 2 Jinzos and 2 Psychic Shockwaves in his extra deck.
Yeah.
That was weird to play Jinzo in a deck with more trap cards than you could possibly side out, but
Yeah, it just seems it's like it's a really odd match.
it's not one that Callum is one that he's probably familiar with, but he wasn't prepared for. Like he knows of Paleozoic, but I imagine most people would have spent their time dealing with Masterpiece and True Kings and Zoom Mirrors and how to salvage my turns from various hand traps.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Callum's on full life either. He's getting slowly whittled down to the point where just a surprise Cat Shark can cause him some real problems. I'm surprised that Dale's not going into a totally awesome.
It's going to use Lost Winds after it's attacked. It's going to get back to trap. I'm going to poke you again.
Yeah.
And then he'll probably make the Toad.
There's some confusion. Don't know about what.
Callum taking another hit.
Yeah.
Zodiac has great recovery, but I think Callum may have burned through so many resources early on that he's now in a bit of a terrible situation.
Yeah.
And I mean, he could Dale could make the totally awesome here, and then if Callum goes for the Regeki, Dale can say, I have a guaranteed out to your next card. Lost Winds can't be used on normal monsters, can it? Oh, that might have been a mistake there then.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how the judges resolve this. We'll take Exec Tech. Can we get the text up on what's wind? Target a special summon the monster for assets effects negated, and also its attack is halved.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on this one, honestly.
We'll see how the judge resolves it. At the end of the day, judges are responsible for answering these kinds of questions.
Yeah, it's definitely fixable either way at this point.
I think the trick in that would be the problem-solving card text matrix also.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I think the thing is the monster is a special summoned monster, and that is the condition of targeting it with with it.
Yeah, it's just a case of also in the problem PSCT does it need to negate in order to. But yeah, there's no reason why he can't use it though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's still a special summon monster.
Yeah.
Callum goes for far formation Tinky. We're going to see a Ram being added to Callum's hand.
That's you know that times are bad when you've got to Ram's your primary target for that.
Yes, I'm sure Callum's seen better days, but
yeah. So this is round 9 for those who are asking. So we're going to have one more round of Swiss and then into a top cut of top 32.
And then we start counting down every win, additional points for players.
Yeah.
A significant number of points per win, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 128 points, right? Or is it 124?
125, I think. Oh, that sounds weird.
124? You sure it's not? I thought it was 128 or 124.
You might be right, 124. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
There's a huge number of points
There's
available.
a lot of points,
more
yeah.
than you'll find
I know
at a
it's over
regional,
100, yeah.
and more than you'll find at a YCS.
Yeah. The largest amount of points you can gain is through a nationals.
Actually, some questions we got asked. Why is there such a heavy weighting towards the national championships? And we wanted to really encourage players of those countries to really go to nationals and show up in force for it.
Yeah, also it's, giving someone the ability to not leave their country and still be able to go to the World Championships.
Yeah, but
a big deal.
Yeah, you could entirely, in theory, get that from just traveling around your own country, depending on, players can gain advantages by traveling to some of the larger regionals, which you do tend to find are in Germany.
Yeah.
Or, for example, Marcello going over to the French National Championships to take a top 8 slot. He probably fancies his chances there more than he did the Italian National Championships, which happened this weekend.
Yeah.
But I believe he was also handling the live stream for that event as well.
Yeah, I think he was. So we see the Chakanai being taken by Dale. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I did think that. I'm entirely unsurprised that he also has a Tiger Motor and a Dryden in his extra deck.
Yeah, it just goes ahead and upgrades his opponent's guard.
Yeah,
sure.
So if he ever steals something, so we're gonna see that Chakanai turn into a Dryden very soon.
Callum's probably suspecting that. That's why he's going to push forward with this Terratop.
Yeah, I to be honest, I can see Regeki being played.
Yep.
Definitely Regeki here.
Yeah, absolutely. He just needs to keep Dale off of any kind of monster presence at all at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, Blackjack being triggered.
Blackjack, yeah. Not a lot of cards left. Yeah, I don't think Callum actually has a whole lot of monsters left.
Oh, they keep getting flip face down, or other horrible stuff happens.
Yeah. In fact, he still has all 3 Retaliating Seas in his deck somewhere. And I think they have like 1,500 attack points.
Yeah.
They're pretty big, yeah, if I remember correctly. Unless I'm just going completely crazy. 1,400, sorry. I'm 100 out.
It's bigger.
It's the biggest C card.
Yeah, it's bigger than all of the Paleozoics, but then we're seeing another 1200 coming in.
Sorry guys, I was 100 out with my remembering of Retaliating Sea.
Yeah.
I knew it was big. I was in this matchup it's relatively big.
It's kind of in the name, isn't it? It's
yeah.
For that archetype, it's like, hey, stop attacking me when I get set because you drew too many. Although not in this format, with one maxi. And Totally Awesome is back.
The apple is king.
Callum drawing a Whiptail, which lets him go into his extra deck to go through a number of effects, and also giving him a way of attacking into the Totally Awesome, but then the Totally Awesome will negate the Whiptail effect. And
yeah.
Just eat your cards.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely that Callum's able to make a comeback at this point. He's gone through so many of his Zodiac cards.
He's still got a Daigoto Emerald in there, but he's not really getting to any combo to get him into the Dryden. But he does have a Fusion Slab in his hand, and if he plays the second Check-a-Nine, which I can just check.
You can Check-a-Nine.
Which he does. Oh wait, he's used both of them, I believe. Because we did see one get set, and he used one in his earlier combo.
Yeah. Yeah. Mortar. Yeah, honestly, Callum's one of those players who wouldn't scoop prematurely. If he believes there's an out, then he will continue playing, regardless. That was a really loud plane. That sounds like an A380.
Wow, you even know the numbering for them.
Well, it's only a few planes. The 747s and the A380s are the main two that I've flown on, so I know those ones. The A380s are double-decker ones that you see.
I see. You see, for me, I just get on the plane and hope I get there. I don't know why. I don't know why flying bothers me.
Matt's not a massive fan of flying. For those who don't know that.
We weren't given. We weren't born with wings, so
it's not natural, is it?
I mean, I know it's safe, and it's weird because my body's reaction is different from what my brain is trying to tell me. It's like everything's fine, and I always do what everyone else does. I look at the air hostesses who defy gravity when they're like picking up drinks, and you just kind of see everything shaking and their bodies just kind of move, but their arms stay perfectly still. And like, oh, cup of tea, sir. And you're like, how? But yeah, I just
I think Dale just tried to put a Tiger Mortar on top of a Tiger Mortar, which you can't do.
No, that's one of the one of the few things Zodiacs can't do. Of course, he either go Tiger Mortar then Dryden, so then he has the double material behind it.
Yeah. So Dale now has a Dryden, and Callum doesn't. How ironic.
But he's running awfully low on cards over there. Is that three cards left in his deck?
It looks like 3 cards. He needs to make a move here. He's playing far too defensively.
I just every time he pulls up his Paleozoic traps, Callum's just been able to sweep them away. He had Dark Hole, Regeki. Oh, drawing. Yeah, he's going to just try and defend himself out for the rest of this match and try and deck Dale out. That'll be quite hilarious. Well, I say hilarious. It'd be quite unfortunate if your 60-card deck decks out versus a 40-card Zodiac deck.
Yeah, Callum's not getting the most fortunate draws here. He keeps drawing all of the combo pieces that just aren't going to work. Oh, we see the Ninja Frog.
Oh, there's a Ronin Toad. We haven't seen. Oh, there's a Swap Frog. I was going to say we haven't seen Swap Frog so far.
Anyways, I don't believe that Swap Frog's going to use its effects.
No, I imagine Dale he's very much on a clock.
Yeah, so the Ninja Frog and the Spiky Frog.
It's unlikely we're going to see a game 3 at this rate as well.
Yeah, going to make it totally awesome.
Ribbit. Oh, there's Regeki.
Oh,
and that's
going to do that.
And now he just needs to activate a trap, get back a monster. He doesn't. So he leaves Callum on a sparse 400 life points.
Well, if he's got a trap card now, he just doesn't have one.
And he draws another. No, it's another hand trap. It's another defensive monster.
I thought it looked like a Retaliating Sea, but it could be Ash Blossom actually.
It is Ash Blossom.
Oh, was it? Okay. It's just
Dale. Yeah, he's picking up his cards. Dale is gonna be able to take down game 1 and knock Callum out. You see Callum blitzing through his deck. Probably quite frustrated by that. The Torrential Tribute absolutely deciding this game, and then his inability to draw anything after that.
Yeah, let's see if the player...
Look how fast he's siding. Like, it's almost like we're watching this in fast forward.
I'm going to point this out now.
Yeah.
Callum is currently playing with an illegal deck.
Wait, what?
Dale still has his Trident, and neither of the players have realised.
Let's just shoot him a message. Let's just shoot him...
Tiger Motor, not Trident, yeah. Yeah, just
Callum
just like
based on how fast he's moving, I don't know if it's because he's confident or if he's frustrated. He looks a little bit flustered with his pulse. There you go.
Oh, that's yours.
Okay. Oh, buddy, you can have this back. Thank you. It was a great help in
ensuring victory.
In making sure that you couldn't summon any monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it 6 minutes 35 seconds?
I don't know what that means. let's pretend that means 6 minutes 35 seconds.
Could be 635 seconds.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's alright. I was supposed to start a stopwatch, but I completely forgot actually for our table. I'll definitely have that in for round 10. That was my bad.
Well, here we go. So Dale here. I mean, yeah, it's not like Dale's doing any kind of dodgy slow playing here. It's just that
Callum's side decking. Honestly, I thought we just pressed the fast forward button on the VCR.
Yeah, I think Callum just really wants to start the game. I mean, but both players are on X2, so
there you go. Callum drawing his cards extremely fast. Right, here we go.
He's gonna get to go first as well. That's not a great opening hand.
He's got double chalice in his hand. Okay, so that's something to do against the Totally Awesome.
Yeah.
Callum needing to secure a win here, otherwise Dale will win the match by default if the time runs out and the extra turns are played and Dale ends up with higher life points.
Yeah.
But I don't think this well, Dale has so many reactive cards that he can use to stop his opponent from even getting an attack through. Ah.
Okay. Okay.
We're being trolled by our technical director. That's
so there's like a board. There's like a board that, you know, and there's like retractable ones, and there was a sign behind it, and it just says "surprise unexpected sign." And it's just taped to the wall.
Huh. You know, it is unexpected. So
that's exactly what.
You know, it's hilarious to us, but you guys
you can't see it.
You can't see the unexpected sign.
But yeah.
When did you guys even put that up? I blame Woodhouse.
Yeah, it's always Woodhouse.
It's always Woodhouse.
Yeah,
it was Woodhouse. It was Woodhouse. Okay.
I kind of want to know how long it's been there now. Has that been there since day one? They were just waiting for the right moment.
I feel like if you spend the rest of your life worrying about
It's been day 2.
it's like we're not going to benefit from it. It's just happened.
Okay, Tornado Dragon. We've just had their opening hands in. Fossil Dino.
Fossil Dino.
Patulocephalo.
Patulocephalo. Okay. Fossil Dino Patulocephalo. Okay. Oh no! I did it wrong again. Two Reckless Greed, Lost Win, Solemn Strike, and Blackjack.
I don't think I even get it right.
But the Solemn Strike.
You do realise it's called Absolute King Backjack, right?
Yeah, no, it's Absolute King Blackjack.
Backjack.
Oh, Backjack. Is it?
It's not called Blackjack.
Oh, please forgive me. I've been calling that card wrong. It's one of my favourite cards as well. I've been just pretending its name is something else.
Yeah, I think in Japanese it was.
That might have been changed for now. You know, I'm hearing it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what could have gone wrong there.
I just didn't know if you knew. I thought you knew.
Wait, why didn't you correct me earlier?
Because I thought you knew. I thought you was just making it funny.
Oh. No, I'm just I'm a little bit slow on the uptake. That's just what's happening.
Okay, anyway, so back to Dale. Dale's going to set Lost Wind.
Yeah, he's opening with the Tornado Dragon to allow him to clear away as many of those trap cards as he possibly can.
Unfortunately, Lost Wind kind of...
Yeah, Lost Wind, he destroys it and just reset it.
Yeah, it's like paper in the wind. It just blew away and then came back again.
So, thanks, friend.
So that Tornado Dragon. Oh, there's cards.
Callum does have the Joyous... I keep getting it wrong. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring in his hand in case Dale does draw that Grasshawk Screener. But Dale holding... Oh! He just sweeps his opponent's field. Oh no, he's got the Forbidden Chalice in the damage step. Dale, Callum surviving with an emergency Chalice. Goes for attack.
Yeah, I just let the judges know to give that deck a little bit of a better shuffle. Yeah, Chalice actually just saved him.
Yeah, you can see that he almost freaked out and went, "Wait, I got it!" And then the emergency hits the emergency panic button and salvages his field.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
That's probably a reckless greed that he's just hit. So now Dell's going to be forced to flip them up.
Yeah, he's got Ash though.
Yeah.
If I'm the Paleozoic player and my reckless greed's getting ashed, I don't mind all that much.
Callum playing
my grass isn't getting ashed.
Callum is playing it risky, but then if I was Dale, I'd probably... You could be a victim of your own brain there and consider that Callum has the second one, because he was so willing to throw it at yours.
That is true. That is very true. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I would think about. Oh wow, Tiger Motar put another material on Tornado Dragon.
Oh yeah. There we go. You see that thing sniping away at Dale's field. But we know there's a lot.
He's still got 3 back rows.
Oh no, it's like grass. Oh,
I bet I wish he had that Ash right now.
Yeah, Dale just chucks it down and sees if it goes off. Callum, knowing that he's running against the clock, probably thought, I just need to slow Dale down as much as possible. And now that Grasshawk Screener is going to go off. It's very likely that Dale may be able to drag this out into the long game. Which, as we saw, does favour Dale. But it's just going to... Interestingly, when you play that Grasshawk Screener, if he leaves his 3 Pot of Desires in his deck, they can become a liability when he goes down to what's probably, what, like 30 or 28 cards at this point?
Yeah. So I think, yeah, we were just working out here. Okay. Apocrypha, Backjack, Breakthrough Skill, Dark Hole, Backjack, Dark Hole, Desires, Regeki, Dynamiscus. I've lost track. Dynamiscus, Compulse, Canadia, lots of Paleozoics, lots and lots of Paleozoics.
All the Paleozoics.
I felt like I was going to be able to keep up there, but I didn't realise how much effort it took to say Dynamiscus.
Oh, 2 Ronin Toads.
Yeah, and the Ronin Toads. And he's got Breakthrough Skill for Trident as well.
Good day to be Dale.
Yeah.
Although his life points is lower, and we are coming close to end of match procedure, which means there is a risk of it ending in a draw. The match result.
Time, yeah, it's a time is just called.
This doesn't... Well, actually, now that Dale already resolved that before end of match procedure was cool, if he has enough... He's going to be trying to force through trap cards, and Callum's going to be trying to break the chain apart with Trident and Tornado Dragon.
Yeah.
Now this is going again, discussing end of match procedure.
I think they're going to do 1 to 6. Yeah, Callum actually used to play at a lot of the tournaments that I judged, and whenever,
oh really?
Yeah, so whenever I was the head judge, I always enforced that you do 1 to 6 instead of 0 to 5. Or at least whenever anyone asked.
It's just you end the current turn and play the additional turns.
But it makes sense that as soon as you call time, you put a dice down, and then every end phase you flip the dice, as opposed to waiting until you've already passed 1 turn.
Now Callum is attempting to break the chains apart to stop Dale being able to retrieve his Paleozoics.
Yeah.
He activates Lost Wind, and Trident is chained. So he goes, yep.
Yeah, so whichever he targeted with Lost Wind.
Yeah. He's going to attempt to... He's got Blackjack as well in there.
Yeah, I mean, he can summon some Running Toadins as well. He's got double Running Toadins, so he can summon 2 of those and make it totally awesome. That's assuming that Callum's back row is not like Strike or something, which I don't think it is. He doesn't even play it. He plays 1/1.
Oh, Reckless Greed. Yep. He's going to...
Dragon the other. If that's the second Reckless Greed, then...
Well, we saw one of the Reckless Greeds getting tagged earlier with...
Yeah.
With Ash Blossom, yeah. And
Strike.
Chooses not to use it.
Yeah, I think he's conserving life points here.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make that gap any bigger.
We're still in Swiss, which means it is an additional 5 turns.
Could technically gamble on the backjack as well to get a trap that he could use this turn, but it seems like that might be risky. But it's gambling when he still has some turns to play with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to see a Ronin Toad.
Yeah. What's the attack at on his run? 1900?
It's 1900, yeah.
It's not getting over that Ronin Toad. There's not a lot that gets over Ronin Toad. Right, okay, so he's playing a little defensively at the moment. Okay, they decided to do 1 to 5. Thanks, guys. They okay. No, they did listen to me. No, they didn't.
That dice seems to be an over a focus point here right now. It's no, I'm gonna have the last dice put down. No, I'm gonna do it.
Neither of these guys listened to me clearly when
they can't hear us.
I mean, all those years ago when I told them to do 1 to 6. Yeah. Callum. So Callum does actually have his warning now. Not that that's fantastic in time, but it can be clutch. Yeah, Callum will have the last turn of time. So this is his first of 3 turns.
He does have that Breakthrough Skull to play with as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Callum does have the potential to make a huge turn here.
Yep, so checking out. I think he's going to do something with Tiger Mortar to try and get more material on the Tornado Dragon. I've just got a feeling that seems like a good line of plays. Oh, okay. I was like, maybe that's Tornado Dragon done and dusted, but maybe not.
No, it could be another crushing Torrential Tribute.
Yeah, that's just so scary. It could be anything. You know, it could be Torrential, could be a Mirror Force you got to play around. Could just be a Canadier that just stops the combos. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's Morella.
I put Scar back into the graveyard from the banish power. Right?
No, sorry. Morella is Foolish Burial.
Ah, okay. Yep, that seems cool.
Lean Shoilia is the one that puts cards back.
Right. Okay, we can see Forbidden Chalice being changed to prevent Dale getting his trap cards back. Sends Lost Wind to the graveyard. Which now means this Norden's going to have to commit to something, which will give Dale back his Lost Wind, meaning he's going to have a usable trap card. Lost Wind's so good in this deck. Oh, and he can't. Dale can't draw for 2 turns because he's used Reckless Greed.
Mm-hmm. Lost Wind goes down. I love Lost Wind. It's so cool.
It's interesting,
awesome.
Isn't it? Because it's one of those gotcha kind of cards. Like your opponent forgets about it, and then they play into it, and you just get it back. Fusion Substitute, putting the Norden back. New card drawn. Oh, he just drew twin twisters. If you first hand out twin twisters, there it is. He's holding it up to the camera to play the twin twisters. There we go. Oh, and he clears up a Mirror Force as well. And Dale, trapped for 2 turns by his own Reckless Greed, is... Oh, wait, that's not necessarily true. He has 2 copies of Backjack, so he could completely gamble on the top cards of his deck.
Yeah.
Do you know how mad Callum is going to be if he does just use a Backjack and hits a Mirror Force?
I think you have to.
Yeah, sure. Like, why not? I mean, he's hoping the wall up, but his opponent's already presenting a Whiptail, which is going to banish the Ronin Toad. I don't know what the other face-time card is. It could potentially be another Backjack, which would then give him 3 activations, and he gets to look at the top 3 cards to play with.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Tiger Mortar. I think it would be super safe to put a material on Tornado Dragon right now, just for those Backjacks.
Callum, maybe, I don't know if Callum's forgotten about it. He may have forgotten about it, but then he can still use Trident to break apart combos. So Dale destroys the Ronin Toad.
So he's kind of assuming that what he's got now is enough. Yeah, he's looking through now. Surely he's going to see Backjack.
No, Backjack. Vanish.
Oh.
He's doing this super slow. Oh, it's card demise.
He's got another one though, right?
He does have another one. He can try again.
Is it once per turn?
I don't believe it is, actually. I'd have to double check. It's been a while since I've played around with it. Go. Push my board. There we go again. Okay.
Oh.
It is a Paleozoic.
That's Lean Trolia.
Okay.
I think the best card that you possibly could have got off the top there would be Forbidden Apocrypha, but you know.
Yeah.
Can't at all.
Yeah, yeah, but then he loses that way anyway, because then he closes his opponent's field and then does no damage and loses because his life points are low. There you go.
Yeah,
That's where we're getting there. So the match is going to end in a draw.
That's the first draw we've seen on live stream.
It is. It is.
Oh.
Very, 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 very long game 1.
Yeah, it was.
And
Absolutely.
we almost saw the deck piloted by Dale decking out.
Yeah,
60 cards, playing the 3 Pot of Desires, multiple Card of Demise.
Yeah, that was really weird.
He threw the kitchen sink at Callum. Like, literally
absolutely.
everything in that deck basically came out.
Yeah, I mean, Dale here, this, you know, bringing this deck to Nationals now after the meta has shifted, seems like a really weird choice, but he's still doing pretty well.
It's paying off, but we're also seeing that in the deck representation as well. The number of Pure Zoo decks massively outnumbering the True King deck, so and he's pretty good against that. As we saw, Torrential Tribute cleaning up the house.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see the deck breakdown when we get to the top cut, to see if stuff like this is getting in.
Yeah, I think historically this will be the most interesting part about the breakdown, but what we normally see is the conversion rate of decks coming through usually matches the percentages roughly.
Yeah, it usually does.
Of where they entered, unless somebody found something that was super unexpected.
Yeah,
and then sometimes you see multiple Paleozoic decks suddenly making their conversion rate really high.
Yeah, actually we had that at a recent YCS where the Paleozoics were like 4th or something, and then the conversion rate bumped them right up to the top. That was the one that Joshua Schmidt won, I think, back in Prague. Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes
Very weird.
playing all the trap cards will get you there.
Yeah. I think it's awesome that it's still a deck. I kind of like Paleozoics. I think it's especially the mirror match of Paleozoics. We were
we
playing
played
it.
that quite a bit. Yeah,
it's really kind of skill intensive, knowing when to block your opponent's traps and things like that. And yeah, it's all about getting that first Paleozoic into the graveyard.
Yeah, and then it goes from there.
Some see it as, you know, whoever gets the frogs first, but you know.
Yeah. Well, so any closing thoughts on this?
I just think that was a really cool game.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You can see how animated Callum is with his attacks, his top deck twin twisters.
Yeah.
How fast? I've never seen somebody side deck faster than this.
Yeah,
we're not going to have an interview because it was a draw, so we kind of get both players in and say, how do you guys feel about drawing? And
yeah, I think to be honest, both the players aren't going to be too happy because they were on X2. So I think this
is a risk for them then.
Yeah,
see they're on tiebreakers and they have to win the next round.
Yeah, they got to win the next round, and they've got to hope that their tiebreakers are strong enough. So both of these players have got to, you know, look at who they've beaten and who they've
Just
lost
play
to.
the next round, win, and see if you're in. If you're not, go to the cafeteria, get a lunch, drown your sorrows with some fizzy water, and just give it a go next year.
And they're still going to get the playmat, the top playmat. So
absolutely, that's true as well.
And it looks pretty cool. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to be back in just a few moments. Well, a few minutes, various minutes, with the last round of Swiss for day 2 at the UK National Championships 2017.
Don't go away.